Fear, tension, heartbreak, pain, confusion. When I sat down to plan this video, I had so many good ideas for it. And yet these were the only words that I could think of. In today's video, I want to talk to you guys about anxiety and relationships, what it was like for me, how I learned to cope, and really some of the things that you might even recognize in yourself if you have anxiety and you're experiencing some of these things in your relationships. Before we get into the video, I just wanted to welcome those of you who are new here. Welcome to our family, welcome to our community. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Bridget and I am a parent mindset coach. I also do have a free Facebook group called Raising Me While Raising You, and it's an awesome community filled with amazing parents who are likely on the same journey as you are if you are a parent and you've clicked on this video. We talk about mindset, we talk about stress, we talk about anxiety, support, connection, really all of the things that you'd want from a community who is into personal growth. I'm going to leave a link in the description for you guys, and I hope to see you there. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post videos every single Tuesday and Friday. And with that being said, let's get into the video. So like I said in the beginning of the video, these were really only the words that I can think of. I sat down to plan and immediately I thought of fear, pain. And so today I want to talk to you guys about some of these experiences that I've had and why I chose these words and what I really did to try and figure things out for myself. And I've made so many videos on this topic before. I'll leave a bunch linked below, but the first one that comes to mind is right here, so if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. So the number one was definitely fear. Coming from a people pleaser, someone who has dealt with social anxiety for the majority of her life, fear was one of the biggest ones. I feared being judged, definitely. Being a people pleaser, I always felt like I had to please people. I felt like I had to be the best version of myself at all times. I felt like I had to give to everyone in my relationships, and it always left me feeling lackluster. I felt fear of rejection. Fear of rejection was big, especially because I was always so cautious to people around me in my relationships, even to acquaintances, to strangers. I always felt judged by myself, and so I felt like other people were judging me. That was like a big one. And if you've watched my video on selective mutism, you'll know why I really had that fear. I also feared that I was never good enough in my relationship. So it led me to the pain that I was talking about before, because that fear of being judged, being never good enough, feeling lackluster, it always led me to a point of pain or sadness. And I had such high expectations of myself, other people, certain situations, and almost always those expectations were never met. I mean, some of the expectations I set for myself and other people were just nearly impossible to meet. So because I was setting so many expectations in my life, it always led me to pain. And so I mean, that's still something that I've been working on recently, even because I still find myself going into these periods where, you know, when I get stressed or super anxious, I overthink and overanalyze and think too much about the past and the future and about the people I surround myself with, and it's always about expectations for me. So I've learned to really recognize when I'm setting these high expectations of myself, when I need to express compassion for myself and other people, when I just need to be more grounded and live in the moment, because when I'm present in the moment, I'm not thinking about those expectations. I'm just thinking about, you know, the joy that I'm experiencing with this person and the excitement that I have, right? So I'm letting those expectations go, and it's always a work in progress. So if you feel like you're setting too many expectations in your life, whether that's from yourself or from other people, I really urge you to like just sit down with yourself and try to figure out if some of these expectations in your life are really making a difference in your relationships. And I want you to just try and see if you can go even a day without setting one single expectation and see how that day could go. Because sometimes, and I'm trying to do this a lot more often, sometimes when I don't plan anything, when I don't set any expectations, those are typically the best moments that I experience with people and the best days that I have really at the end of the day. Doubt was something that I mentioned too, and doubt was another big one because, like the pain and the fear that I was feeling, the doubt always stemmed from that people pleasing and that social anxiety that I felt. I never felt good enough, like I said, and that was always something that I struggled with because of my confidence issues. I struggled with my confidence issues for like the majority of my life, with the social anxiety to being overweight and then losing a lot of weight to the point where it became very unhealthy for me and I still didn't feel good enough. At the time, I thought it was something physical, that if I changed myself enough on the outside that people would like me more. But really, what I came to realize that no matter how much I changed myself on the outside, on the inside, I still would never be good enough. So unless I changed the doubt that I was experiencing from myself, it would never reflect into the people around me and how I conducted myself and the actions I took and the words I spoke. And with all of this being said, all of these feelings that I'm talking to you guys about, I kind of want to get into how this was affecting my relationships. I mean, I don't think I realized it when I was younger, but I was never one to stick with a friend group. And I always felt like there was something wrong with me, like nobody liked me, and that kind of just fed those feelings of being judged and rejected. But it was almost as though I felt like I could never be myself. So I was constantly putting up this barrier between me and other people in my life. And I was exhibiting so much energy to the point where I would get frustrated and overwhelmed, and I would inevitably end up pushing people away. And it happened over and over and over again. And I began to realize not that it was me, like there was something wrong with me, but it was me. It was just that I needed to, start really seeing my worth and my value. Because when I mustered up the courage and the confidence and let go of some of those expectations that I had for myself, I really felt like I was starting to not only be the person that I wanted to be, but I could be just more open and forgiving to myself and to other people. And it felt like so much of that energy that was being wasted prior was actually going into fulfilling that relationship, mending some old relationships, really. And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships, I'm talking about friendships, co-workers, professors, like everything. Once I started to finally do some of those things, I felt closer to the people in my life. I don't know if this is just a me thing or if this is something common between people with anxiety, that you push people out of relationships. Sometimes I want to make friends so bad. And this is coming from my more introverted and socially anxious part of me. But sometimes I want friendships so bad. And I make so many plans, I set so many expectations, and then I just can't do it. And it's not that I don't like the person, it's not that I don't want to do the thing, it's just that sometimes that anxiety creeps up and you become so overwhelmed and you start overthinking things that you just don't do it. The plans fall through, you say you're busy when you're really not, and you just don't want to go. And it makes people think that you're a bad person, or that you're too good for people, or whatever. At least, or maybe those are the thoughts that come to my head. And I know I'm going on a ramble right now, but Again, this is just something that I saw and I really related to, and I'm sure those of you who struggle with anxiety, you probably see that in yourself. Maybe it's hard for you to make friends. Maybe you don't have a lot of friends. Maybe you have no friends, or at least feel like you have no friends. Just know that that's normal, and it's all a work in progress. We're all really a work in progress. I know that compassion that I was talking about before, that was one of the biggest things for me, just being compassionate and accepting of where I was in the moment, and always working to improve myself and try new things, and you know, just be here for me like a friend would. So, but I'd like to hear from you guys. I'd like to hear your experience with anxiety in relationships, what has worked for you, what hasn't, etc. So leave a comment below and let's just start a conversation. Before I end the video, I just wanted to let you guys know that spots for my free consult are open. So if you're a parent who is working on their confidence, starting your personal growth journey, wanting to be better at handling stress and anxiety, and you want to have healthy relationships, I really urge you to sign up for the consult. You can chat with me, talk about what you're struggling with, and I can talk about what I have to offer, and we'll see if we're a good fit. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys found this useful as always, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.